very warm welcome to thorough newspaper analysis for 6th of April, which is brought to you by LawSikho. Now, as far as the agenda for today is concerned, we're going to have a look at some of the important national and international news updates. This is going to be followed by 2 legal news updates. And at the very end, we have an editorial to discuss, the title of which is History's Edge. Essentially, this particular editorial में author बात करते हैं about the changes that have been brought about in the NCERT syllabus and the entire discourse that just started in the entire nation around it. So with this, let's start with the TNF for today. At the very outset, we have the first update in the national news with respect to the finding of 15 rare earth mineral deposits in the state of Andhra Pradesh. So see, recently the Hyderabad-based National Geophysical Research Institute, it has found large deposits of 15 rare earth elements in Anantapur district of the state of Andhra Pradesh. According to a Times of India report, these rare mineral of lanthanide series, it's a critical component which is used in many everyday electronic products like our cell phones, the televisions, computers, and as well as in a variety of industrial applications. The scientists of the research institute, they conducted a survey looking for a non-traditional rock, and they successfully identified the host minerals. As far as these minerals are concerned, the list of it here, some of which it has been included here for your kind consideration. Now moving on to the next update, which is with respect to PhonePe foraying into the e-commerce industry. So Walmart backed PhonePe on Tuesday announced its foray into the local commerce with the launch of its consumer app PIN code, which is built on government's open network for digital commerce platform. PhonePe founder and CEO Sameer Nigam, he stated that this particular app will be available initially in the city of Bangalore, and this is going to eventually expand to other cities as well, as and when a certain milestone is achieved. This particular app will enable local sellers from neighborhood stores to digitally connect to Bangaluru's consumers, offering the convenience of online ordering, great discounts, and instant refunds and returns. The app will pilot in Bangalore with grocery, food, pharma, electronics, and home decor. Now, the next update is with respect to the constitution of a panel to look at the stall real estate project. The Union Housing and Urban Affairs Ministry has set up a committee headed by Amitabh Kant, who is India's G20 Sherpa and the former CEO of Niti Aayog, to examine stalled real estate projects and recommend ways to complete them. Moving on to the next update, which is with respect to the National Maritime Day. This year, National Maritime Day is celebrated for the 60th time in India. This day is observed on April 5th to spread awareness about international trade and the economy. During the celebrations on this day, the National Maritime Day Award of Excellence is usually given to recognize and honor individuals for their lifetime distinguished and exceptional achievements in the national maritime sector at a senior level. The National Maritime Day of 2023, as far as its theme is concerned, it is Amrit Kal in shipping this year, and this anniversary, which is the 60th anniversary of this event, it is centered on giving thanks to the men who spend countless months at the seas conducting the majority of India's trade and commerce on a global level. As far as the history of this particular day is concerned, it was celebrated for the first time on April 5th in 1964. Now, the next update that we have, it is in the segment of personalities who have made it to the news headlines today. The Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, is all set to receive the 2023 Women of Vision Award from Gloria Steinem. This award will be handed out at the MS Foundation's annual gala on 16th of May at New York as part of its 50th anniversary celebration. Now, the next update is with respect to a two-time Asian champion failing the dope test. Two-time Commonwealth Games champion weightlifter Sangeeta Channu, she has been handed over a 4-year ban by the National Anti-Doping Agency's disciplinary panel for failing a dope test last year. The 29-year-old had tested positive for one of the drugs which is listed as the prohibited drug in the World Anti-Doping Agency's prohibited list. Her dope test was conducted last year in September, and this was done during the National Games in Gujarat. Now, the next update in the international segment is with respect to Kenya launching its first Earth observation satellite. the Kenya Space Agency is set to launch its first operational Earth observation satellite, and this is going to be done on 10th of April this year. It will be used to provide data on agriculture, environmental management, and food security. The next update in the same segment is with respect to the International Day of Conscience. This is a global day of awareness celebrated on 5th of April, which is yesterday, commemorating the importance of human conscience. It is established by the United Nations General Assembly on 25th of July of 2019 with the adoption of its resolution 73 of 329. Now, this has brought us to the legal update segment for today. Section 9 petition. It is not to be dismissed if few invoices are time barred, but remaining invoices are not. This is what the division bench of the Honorable Apex Court has held. The top court stated that when a petition under Section 9 of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, it is filed based on several invoices, एंड उनमें से कुछ इन्वॉइसेस जो हैं अगर वो टाइम बार्ड होते हैं, देन द एनसीएलटी मस्ट कंसिडर द रिमेनिंग इन्वॉइसेस व्हिच आर विद इन लिमिटेशंस and whether they cross the minimum threshold of ₹1 crore. Section 9 petition cannot be dismissed on the sole ground that some of the invoices are time barred, the Honorable Top Court noted. Now let's proceed with the next update. Politicians cannot claim higher immunity. The top court refuses to entertain plea of 14 opposition parties against the misuse of CBI and the Enforcement Directorate. A division bench of the Honorable Top Court expressed this inclination to entertain this particular petition by saying that it cannot issue general directions without a factual context. The bench said that it can intervene only in an individual case. The bench further said that political leaders cannot claim a higher immunity than an ordinary citizen has, and hence a special set of guidelines cannot be issued for this particular end. The name of this particular case was Indian National Congress and Others versus Union of India and Others. Now, this has brought us to the last segment for today, which is the editorial segment, the title of which is History's Edge. So in this particular article, पहले तो हम समझेंगे कि अभी हाल ही में एनसीईआरटी ने अपनी टेक्स्ट बुक्स में कौन से बदलाव लाए हैं, एंड फिर हम कुछ बात करेंगे इस पर्टिकुलर सब टॉपिक पे कि कौन से चेंजेस सोशल साइंसेस में पर्टिकुलरली डिज़ायरेबल होते हैं, स्पेशली व्हेन इट कम्स टू हिस्ट्री एंड पॉलिटिकल साइंस एज ब्रांचेस ऑफ स्टडीज. एंड देन वी आर गोइंग टू हैव अ लुक एट वेदर द करंट चेंजेस they are in line with the changes that are desirable, and what are the consequences of these changes, and whether the lacuna that we have in our old syllabus, whether they have been addressed thoroughly with these revised changes or not. So let's start with the why of this particular article first. तो देखिए, हाल ही में एनसीईआरटी विच इज़ द नेशनल काउंसिल ऑफ एजुकेशनल रिसर्च एंड ट्रेनिंग, उन्होंने अपनी कुछ टेक्स्ट बुक्स को रिवाइज किया है, इंक्लूडिंग द क्लास 12th हिस्ट्री बुक बाय रिमूविंग चैप्टर्स ऑन मुगल एम्पायर. द चेंजेस विल बी एप्लीकेबल टू ऑल द स्कूल्स जहाँ पे एनसीईआरटी फॉलो करी जाती है अक्रॉस द कंट्री. अगर हम पर्टिकुलरली बात करें कि कौन सी सब्जेक्ट में कौन से चैप्टर्स में चेंजेस आए हैं, तो देखिए, फ्रॉम क्लास 12th चैप्टर्स रिलेटेड टू किंग्स एंड क्रॉनिकल्स, द मुगल कोर्ट्स 16th and 17th century, दे हैव बीन रिमूव्ड फ्रॉम द हिस्ट्री बुक फॉर क्लास 12th जिसका टाइटल है थीम्स ऑफ इंडियन हिस्ट्री पार्ट 2. तो क्लास 12th की एक हिस्ट्री बुक है जिसका नेम है, द नेम ऑफ विच इज थीम्स ऑफ इंडियन हिस्ट्री पार्ट 2. इस पर्टिकुलर बुक्स में से 2 ब्रॉडर टॉपिक्स और चैप्टर्स को रिमूव कर दिया. पहला चैप्टर है किंग्स एंड क्रॉनिकल्स, द सेकंड चैप्टर इज मुगल कोर्ट 16th and 17th century. नाउ जैसे ही ये एनसीईआरटी के चेंजेस अनाउंस हुए थे, उसके बाद ये रिवीजन के बाद द यूपी गवर्नमेंट और द यूपी स्कूल एजुकेशन बोर्ड, इट decided to adopt the NCERT class 12th history books into their syllabus, welcoming the decision of omitting the Mughal Empire from the history books for school children. Now see, apart from these changes, अगर हम political science में changes की बात करें, तो changes have also been made in class 10th and 11th textbooks as well, such as chapters on democracy and diversity, popular struggles and movements, and changes in democracy. They have been removed from class 10th book titled Democratic Politics Part 2. And apart from this, chapters such as Central Islamic Lands, Clash of Cultures, and Industrial Revolution, they have been dropped from class 11th textbook titled Themes in World History. Apart from this, in class 12th political science textbooks, pages on the topic of Gujarat riots of 2002, they have been excluded from chapter titled Recent Developments in Indian Politics. The mention of the National Human Rights Commission report on the 2002 violence and the Raj Dharm remark, which was made by the then Prime Minister Bihari Vajpayee, they have been dropped as well from the textbooks. Now, in light of these changes, let's have an understanding of what changes are desirable when it comes to the discipline of political science and history and social sciences particularly. So, see, as far as the article is concerned, इस article में ये बात कही गई है कि changes जो आ रहे हैं या होने चाहिए, they should reflect new thinking in the disciplines and they should remove blind spots that we had in our past. तो अगर हम हिस्ट्री की बात करें पर्टिकुलरली, तो हिस्ट्री की जो टेक्स्ट बुक है उनको अभी तक अगर हमने देखा होगा ना, आई एम श्योर यू वुड आल्सो एग्री, दे हैव बीन वेरी बिग एम्पायर सेंट्रिक. तो जो मेजर एम्पायर्स हैं उन्हीं की हिस्ट्री को हम पढ़ते आ रहे हैं, जबकि बहुत सारे और भी रीजन्स हैं जिनकी हिस्ट्री को हमें पढ़ना चाहिए, जैसे कि नॉर्थ ईस्ट फॉर एग्जांपल इन इंडिया. एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, अगर हम बात करें जैसे कि जो रीसेंट आर्कियोलॉजिकल डेवलपमेंट्स हुई है और भी फाइंडिंग्स हुई है, जिससे कि हमारी अंडरस्टैंडिंग लेट्स से ऑफ द इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन वो कितनी इन्हांस होगी, उसके काफ़ी सारे डायनामिक्स बदल गए हैं, तो वो भी इनकॉर्पोरेट होनी चाहिए हमारी सिलेबस में. And as far as polity is concerned, this particular article states that political textbooks, they have yet to take proper note of the rise of, among other things, the new kinds of mobilizations being enabled and fostered by social media. But अब अगर हम इस क्वेश्चन पे आए कि क्या जो प्रेजेंट में चेंजेस हुए हैं वो इन लकुनास को एड्रेस करते हैं कि नहीं है, तो as far as this article is concerned, it is of the opinion, or it contends or asserts that the changes or the revisions, it was unable to address the gap or deficiencies that we've just talked about. And as far as this article is concerned, it further states that an investigation was conducted by the Indian Express last year, and उस investigation में ये सामने आया है कि जो entire revision या curriculum को revise करने की जो exercise है, it was conducted without adequate consultation with the experts. जबकि अगर हम national education policy की बात करें, तो ये इससे इसलिए कॉन्ट्रास्ट में है बिकॉज उस पॉलिसी के दौरान में बहुत सारी वाइड रेंजिंग कॉन्वर्सेशंस वर अंडरटेकन बाय द सेम गवर्नमेंट बिफोर फ्रेमिंग दिस पॉलिसी ऑफ 2020. सो एनसीईआरटी की अगर हम बात करें कि उन्होंने अपने इस पर्टिकुलर एक्शन को कैसे जस्टिफाई किया, तो उनका ये कहना है कि ये हमारा जो मूव है रिविजन करने का सिलेबस का, it is to serve the greater concern that we have of rationalizing the syllabus and the curriculum in order to reduce the burdens that the students have. Now, in order to address this argument of NCERT, it is stated in this article कि अगर आपको burden ही reduce करना है, तो there are different ways of doing it, and which are also in conformity with our recently framed national education policy. and वो ये है कि हम जो teaching methodology है उनमें चेंजेस ला सकते हैं, जिससे कि जो हमारा सिलेबस है, जो करिकुलम है, वो स्टूडेंट्स में क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग को इग्नाइट करे और उनको मोर अट्रैक्टिव बनाए नॉलेज को गेन करने के लिए. तो इसके लिए हम टीचिंग का जो तरीका है उसको चेंज कर सकते हैं, हम स्टूडेंट्स को एम्पावर कर सकते हैं. And as far as the national education policy is concerned, it too underlines the importance of such an approach, and it lays store on developing the students' critical faculties. Social scientists should have a key facilitator in this process by introducing the students to the complexities of social and political structures with all their diversities, cleavages, and inequalities. The recent revision, however, as per this article, it invited the charge that not only does the government wish to escape the facts which are very hard truth, but it also wants to ensure that the students, they do not engage with social and political realities with a critical attitude. The Gujarat riots related eraser, it betrays an anxiety to paper over the fault lines and institutional failures that continue to inflict pain and injustice on minorities. The deletion of the section on protest movement, it curtails in crucial ways the students' view and imagination of citizenship in an argumentative democracy. The national education policy has taken an ideologically agnostic route to educational reform. The revisions in the social science textbook, they do a disservice to the process it initiated, and it threatens to undo one of the most progressive aspects of this approach. With this, the article ends. Now, with this, we've come to the end of the TNA for today. Now, in case you want to get access to the TNA slides that we use in this video, or in case you want to get access to the free study material that LawSikho has, please feel free to join our Telegram channel using the link in the description or scanning the barcode here. These are the point of contacts in case you want to get in touch with LawSikho. Also, यहाँ पे I would really like to congratulate one student जिन्होंने कल के question का correct answer दिया है, and keep it up. The name of the student is Priyanka Bharati. Congratulations and keep it up. And I also request all of you to be more participative and enhance your preparation. Also, in case you want to get access to, and which you should, to the link for yesterday's TNA quiz that is being made available in the description of this video. Kindly attempt the quiz and have an assessment of your preparation. Thank you for being with us.